What's happening, everybody? It's the GRG Podcast back again. And man, we are ready to have a great episode. I think a lot of people is fired up, ready to go. Man, I hope you guys had a great week because we about to set off the weekend Johnny Blaze style. So man, let's not hold up anybody and let's get on to our special guest that we have here tonight. Man, he's part of the Broadband Bullies. I like to call them the Broads myself, but anyway.
Oh wow.
No, man, you know what I'm saying? My boy Zaire and his crew, the Broadband Bullies, man. We have one of his members, man. Well, actually two of his members, but one of his main members is Mighty Moss. What's up with you, bro?
Hey, what's going on, Mega? What's going on, panel, man? I'm happy to be here representing the Broadband Bullies. You know, let's talk about these games. Let's be talking about this PUBG. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of news today. You know.
All right. You came aggressive. Like, what's that about? Like, I'm ready. I'm about to whoop your ass tonight, nigga. Like, what's going on, bro?
That damn when that PUBG news hit, man, I almost hit the floor with it, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's the first topic that we're going to get into. But, man, let's get on to the illustrious panel and get on to it, man. First off, we got to go to the matriarchs. We're going to first start off with which one do I want to start with? I don't know which one. No, let me stop. There we go. Go to Lady Infamous. What's going on with you, girl? How was your time off?
It was fine. It was, I had the shit I had to take care of, but I'm back in effect up in this bitch.
A murder?
Me, Lady Infamous. No. Look. Y'all think like I'm holding pistols and shit and blades and katanas and swords and shit. It's just not me, man.
Just switchblade.
I'm not. I'm just chilling. But and I hope we get this shit started because I got some shit to talk about, especially with this game of the year and shit.
Oh yes, no doubt about it. And that was your topic, so big shout out to you. And going on to the next matriarch. Oh my goodness, Delilah HD, man, with the sickness. What's going on with you?
What's going on, everybody? It feels good to just kind of finally be able to breathe, man. It's been crazy. Just been sick all week, and I got to try to make sure I sound cheery and everything. I want somebody to think, I don't appreciate the industry, anything like that, So I got to make sure I'm sounding happy and whatnot. But but no, I think also that the chat is disabled. You got for the chat disabled for the live stream, KMEGA.
Do I got the
did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
No. I didn't do that on purpose. How did that happen?
Yeah, I just checked it. Yeah, it's disabled.
Really? I'm gonna have to go and do some stuff. So, but anyway, no, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that at all.
Got 20 people checking in early, so
Okay, cool. I want to fix that, guys. I didn't disable it. I don't know what the hell I did, but anyway.
Yeah, but I just want to say, I'm glad to be here. Looking forward to these topics. So,
yeah, no doubt. So then we're gonna move on down, man, to one of these bums. What's going on with your 108 Dragons, man? What's happening? Another member of the Broadband Bullies, man. Another valued member of the GRG podcast, man. What's going on with you, bro?
What's good, people? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about these games. We got a shocker today. Almost made me crash the bus at my job with hundreds of people on it. Shout out to one of my followers, 6996. She brought it to my attention. She tweeted it out. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to get a bunch of views today.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, and then we're going to move on down to Mr. 100 himself, the man that likes to get drunk on the boat of Sea of Thieves and in real life. What's up with you, partner?
What's up with y'all, everybody?
IMG in the house.
You know what I'm saying? We repping that intro media gaming. You know what I'm saying? In here. Gonna have a good time. And no, I'm not getting drunk right now. I'm gonna try to though.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Well, move on then. Hey man, I corresponded earlier. There was some stuff that was potential world star business about to go down, and man, we've sent one of our correspondents out there from the Dirty South, which is our boy Triple Cup Chuck. He went down there to go investigate, and I didn't hear anything else from him, so I don't know if he got his ass kicked and he's over here licking his wounds, or if he's back, he got the tip and he's about to go ahead and show it on World Star. What's up with you, Triple Cup?
Man, in this bitch, man. Hey, I was outside. We just chatting on the thing, and all of a sudden I'm seeing people going crazy outside. I said, look, this is why I be in my house playing the game. I don't have to deal with this here. It's not my business. So I just mosey on back in the house. So, that's why I ain't putting it on World Star. But, man, that still ain't got nothing on this PUBG news, man. Now that's a real fight right there. I'm ready to get it started. Let's get this thing going on. So I'm in here. Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, and then last but not least, man, we got our boy, man. He's here, and man, he had to take care of the business, but man, you know him as our Donald Trump. Other people may know him as. And so, man, it's good to have you on, man. Our boy Live Wire. What's up with you, boy?
What's going on, man? It's a interesting day, man. Had to cuss a couple of PC fanboys out, tell them to kill themselves because they ain't shit. Nah, man, fuck them niggas.
Damn, you coming from like that? Come on, man. We get later into the show before we get.
Listen. I hope they die with a dick in their mouth and one of their ass.
Calm down, bro. Like,
what are we doing?
Just games, man. Calm down.
Yeah, what are we doing? I'm trying to fix the chat. You just make me trip out. You over here eat a fish.
My bad. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Let's do that later on in the show. I'm trying to fix the chat.
Let me go get some tuna. Let me go get some tuna.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, appreciate it. Anyway, let's get on down to this, man. And the big story of the day, less than 24 hours ago. Well, it was 24 hours ago, but when the first story came up yesterday, it was saying that PUBG was going to be 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X. And like, this early morning, I mean, the first time that I seen it, it was somebody that it was a PC guy that was on Bang Bang, and that he showed it that it changed that it's going to be 30 frames per second, and that just caused everybody to be in an uproar today. And I'm definitely going to give my thoughts on this, but I'm going to wait till the panel go ahead and say what they have to. And so, man, I'm going to start off with you, Mighty Moss. What was your first reaction when you heard that it was going to be 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X? And then, what was your reaction after you heard that it's going to be 30 frames per second on all platforms? And who's to blame for this? Is it the people that was complaining from the get that it wasn't fair, that it was going to be 30 frames per second on the S? Or is it the devs' fault? Or is it Microsoft's fault? Give me your thoughts, man.
Well, when I originally got that news, you know what I'm saying, I was like, good job. You know what I'm saying? We got a premium console here. It's going to do that premium work. But then on Twitter, I kept seeing people crying, this is the parity. Where's the parity at? 30 frames per second. And I said it to myself. I said, Joe, watch something happen. We know Microsoft is soft as a drugstore cotton when it comes to this stuff. And they was going to fail and flail all over it. And lo and behold, less than 24 hours later, they came back and they retracted the 60 frames per second thing. So as far as the answer to the question of who I blame for it, I blame Microsoft because I think all of those people, the devs, for coming out too early and not working in lockstep with Microsoft. I blame Microsoft for being soft like drugstore cotton on this and not sticking to the guns and saying, yeah, you got the premium console, you're going to get the premium performance. But I'm going to take another angle because if you've seen Z's video, he already gave it to Microsoft on this subject matter. I kind of blame the game. I blame the gamers, man. We've gone into a mode to where we try to find something to nitpick and blame and put blame on somebody for everything. It's like if you're Microsoft, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes. Now, if you buy a more powerful console, now let's look at the price. And I ain't gonna take too long with this, but you look at the price. Now, right now, the Xbox One X is almost 3 times as expensive as the base model because the base model is $189. Why in the hell would people pay almost 300 times the amount, but yet have the same frames per second? You wouldn't expect any type of hardware advancements or software advancements on a more powerful machine. So sometimes we as gamers, we got to realize that, every beef and gripe that we have shouldn't cause us to go to arms. You know what I'm saying? I know people's going to be out there and say, it's my opinion, but like my grandma used to tell me, decisions have consequences. And this is the consequence of that decision as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so those are my thoughts.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. And guys, I don't know what's going on because I've gone in here and I'm trying to get through it, and it's telling me that the chat is disabled. I have no idea what's going on. I'm still going to keep working on it, but this isn't me just trying to try something new. This just popped out of nowhere, and I haven't changed anything. But anyway,
You might have to restart the entire stream. Just make sure you set it to where it's enabled.
No, I'll keep working on it, and then we'll just keep continuing. But let me just go on to Lady Infamous and let me get her thoughts on this whole PUBG situation. I mean, who do you think that's at fault, or do you even care? Because I know that you don't have the Xbox One X at the particular point, but what is your whole thoughts on this?
But you gotta understand their pain though, because if I had the Xbox One X with my 4K TV, I'm expecting to to have my 60 frames. I want to see the good shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think it's. I mean, I believe that it's up to the developers of the games in order for them to push the boundaries on what they want to do with their games. Am I right? So is it there? So if I don't know, I assumed before this news popped up that it was going to be 60 frames on X, because that's what I thought. I was like, I know I wasn't going to get it, because I know I was expecting my little 30, maybe little frames drops here and there, but I'm used to it because I got a Fat Boy. But the people that own the X should get the top quality stuff. Now, it's up to the developers of the companies to do that. If they I don't know what they're doing, why they're not. I just don't understand why they're not doing it. If they have the capabilities to do it, why not do it? I just feel bad for the people that really want to enjoy this particular game in a certain way, and right now at this particular moment, they can't do that, But it just the more I learn about the video game industry, it's like shadier than like motherfuckers on the streets. You know what I mean? And I just hope it's not like they're legitimately trying to make it 60. Not, they can do it in 60, but they choose not to for whatever reason. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just changed something, and hopefully the
chat is up.
Chat is up. All right. Cool. All right. So the chat is back up, and I apologize for that. I just
Good
seen.
job, Mega. Good job.
Yeah. You know what? I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. Because if this was back when GRG first started, Lord have mercy, it would have nothing would have got done. Nothing would have got done. I just would have panicked anyway. So we go move on, man. Delilah, what is your thoughts on this? Like, who's at fault?
I think everybody hold the L on this one. Like the gamers complaining, Microsoft for caving. Like, to me, I think you make the game the best it can be, regardless of platform. If the X has enough power to accommodate the 60 frames, then give it 60 frames. It's just like an unlocked frame rate on PC. Like, I don't understand. For me, it just doesn't compute, because it's like, so people complain, so you're just gonna cave on that fact. What about the people who was looking forward to that feature? So I don't know. I think everybody should just, gamers need to just relax. And I think you had more people who weren't going to even probably buy the game on Xbox probably complain than people who, and then I could be wrong on that, but that's just my thought on it. I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in them, and I think they need to go back to the drawing board on that one. And who knows? Maybe they release it at 30 and then later on down the road release it at 60 later. But I mean, if it's capable, why not? So.
Yep. No, I feel you on that. Okay, so what about you, 108 Dragons? What do you think about this, Lemon? Who's at fault, and what is your whole thought process about this situation?
Okay, I'm gonna hit a point with the gaming community first before we get into developers. The gaming community, I feel, they have too much of a voice. We have too many platforms that they insult these developers, threaten their kids. We hate you because they don't get their way. Now, when you got a game like, say, Overwatch, this character is overpowered. Now, my day, I'm probably maybe the oldest dude in the room. When you had a character that's kicking somebody's ass, you got better as a gamer. You didn't go, there was nobody to cry to.
Yeah.
So now these gamers now, oh, this gun is overpowered. This car is too fast. This character is
so true.
Yep.
They cry about everything. they can do PUBG at 60 frames, and I have it on my PC. First of all, the game on PC, you put it to 4K, it only does 1440p. It's not even a 4K game, okay? It's not a graphically demanding game. They can do this game 60 frames, no problem.
Yep.
Easy. There is no, and what I said in my episode today, don't let Bluehole, and this is who I'm blaming, because like they say, they have control over the game. Microsoft is just publishing and helping them. So I blame Bluehole, because when he made that announcement, he didn't stutter. He didn't make no mistake. He clearly stated on the X, for sure, 60 frames. And after the rebuttal of the community, it's probably about 5 of them that kept saying it over and over again, because nobody cares. Because on PC, you've been playing 30 versus 60 versus 120 fresh rate. There's no advantage. It just controls better for you. That don't make you a great gamer. Like I told my boy, everybody, a lot of people on PC play with mouse and keyboard. Everybody's not good with mouse and keyboard. That don't make you a killer. Everybody with a controller is not a dominant player in first-person shooters. I think the community has too much of a voice. Now, on the developer side, I think Bluehole bitched out. I spent the same amount of money as anybody else for X. You better give me premium product. I got a 1080 Ti. You better give me Ti performance. Don't give me no fucking 1050 Ti and say, oh, we're trying to cater to the lower end. I spent $829 for my graphic card. You better give me what the fuck I deserve. That's just what it is. They shouldn't have backed out. And Microsoft, I don't know if they have the controlling point to make them say, no, do what you need to do. But if you look at the previous interviews, they said the developer can make a game 60 and 30. It's up to them. So I still think it's Bluehole.
I don't know, because isn't Microsoft like for the port? I thought Microsoft was working on the port the majority of the way.
They're helping them.
They're helping them. The same way there was 3 devs on Cuphead. They got half of the dudes from Coalition to do music, to do this, to do that. It ended up being 20 people to finish Cuphead, but it's still those dudes' game. They didn't have the manpower. Microsoft be helping people. When they put their foot in the door, they come in and help you program, help you write the code. This is what they do. Sony don't even do that. Sony just go, here you go, do what you got to do. Microsoft's the only company that does that. But it's still not their IP. They don't own it. Bluehole keeps saying every interview, we own the developmental rights to this IP. It's not Microsoft. It's not.
Oh, I don't know, 108. I don't know. I mean, because Microsoft is the publisher. So as far as how it comes out on the platform, they would have a very powerful voice on that too. You know what I'm saying?
I don't, but I can't. We just can't stick a fork in them either.
Microsoft always allowed creative freedom. I mean, even with Cuphead, they didn't touch those guys. They let them do whatever they want to do for like years. All they do is
cut a check, man.
Yep.
So what do you think about this, Livewire? What is your stance on this? Who is to blame for this and for dropping the ball like this? Because this is looking bad right now.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of areas. One, this is my biggest issue. Where's the fucking communication? Like if you're not going, if it's going to be at 30 at launch, right? Why the fuck would you mention 60? If that was the case, right? They're just making issues for themselves. Like this is my whole thing. Even if he felt that it could be 60 at the full game launch, but it's 30 right now, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up about 60 until it's there. Because once you say 60, gamers are going to hold you to 60. Because now all they're hearing is you're holding it back. Even if the game, if he had said, all right, the game is at 60, right? But it plays like dog shit. So what we got to do is we reined it back to 30. So even though it can play at 60, it plays at a very rough, choppy 60. But at 30, it's buttery smooth. Gamers would accept that. They would accept it. He told us why. But he's just saying 60. So they're assuming, oh, you said 60. That means it's smooth at 60, right? Really?
I'm just saying, you're on fire right now. You got your fish. Go ahead.
So it's smooth at 60. So that's what people were assuming. And then the whole thing with people crying about 30 versus 60, there's advantages everywhere. Like let's keep this 100. If, with no pun intended, with 100 up in here, but you know, if I have a fucking X on a 1080p TV versus somebody who has an X on a fucking 4K TV, there is an advantage, right? It's just clear as day. Somebody on a 4K TV can see something way faster than I would on a 1080p TV, right? Somebody on a monitor has a faster reaction time than me on television. I'm just saying. Somebody with an elite controller can equip their controller with better features than my standard controller. There's always going to be you know, advantages, but the advantages are only available to those willing to pay for them. You have to buy that controller, that television, the fucking X. You have to buy all that shit. And if you buy it, you spent your money on it. Therefore, damn it, they should have it.
Hey, but like, wouldn't it people say that the same thing about the loot crate boxes that everybody complain about different games?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, but see the loot crate boxes right there.
Same thing though. Yeah, you're paying for an advantage.
Exactly.
Nah, not that type of advantage, bro.
Well, okay, well, go ahead, Triple Cup Chuck. Let us know what you think about this whole situation.
I mean, like how Live was saying, but and my token is okay. They might be scaling back for be 30 frames on both of them right now. But like how everybody can come to this agreements that it's going to the preview program. So while it's in a preview program, they still working on this game. I mean, that means they still working on the S version too. So that one could be bumped up to 60 frames as well. I mean, you never know. This game is in preview. That's what we get everybody that's hopping into this game now. They know what you're going through is a preview program. I mean, I played a couple games in preview program that we'd already have. Some on behalf broken, but you already have a mind state of, okay, this is not a full release game. So the people that's complaining and whining about the situation, they just won't find something to complain about. Always about the Xbox. You notice the pattern. When Quantum Break was about to come out, they start right before, you know, a big game for Xbox. They shit on it when Crackdown was about to come out. You heard a whole bunch of ruckus and everybody trying to talk negative down. They always talk down about the Xbox games when they're about to come out, and they know it's a juggernaut, and that's what we're getting again. It's deja vu.
Okay, so all right. So you basically saying that it's not that big of a deal. People are really, you know,
program.
Yeah, just wait until the game gets fully developed and made, and then you can start your bitching. Then that's what you're saying. Okay. All right, that's cool. That's a different perspective. That's fine. What about you, 100? Where do you stand on this? I know that you said that you had a lot to say about this. So, who's at fault, if anybody?
I don't care nobody's fault because I was appalled as a gamer. I'm about to get my Stephen A. Smith on. I was appalled today as a gamer because I never believed that a game that was going to game preview. This got to be a first. A game that was going to game preview, getting this hype. Like, wow, for real? They going from 60 to 30. Yeah, they did it within 24 hours. Shit happens. You can't. Ain't nothing gonna get changed. That's what they decided to do. It's going into game preview. So that means you're paying to get into a beta. I buy a bunch of game preview games. You don't even get no achievements from it until after the game comes out. Now, but Bluehole or whoever was, you know, need some better, you know, publicists. Yeah, but you know what? Somebody might slip and said something. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not a man, man, people was believing. I thought it was the end of the world coming today. I had never thought I'll see today that people was complaining about something that we really don't have no control over. If they decided to say, hey, we're gonna do 30, it's gonna be 30. You know what I'm saying? But when the game comes out, it might go up to 60. They left that up there in their little, I guess they little publication or wherever that shit was. They left it up, and not like they closed it out like it's gonna always be this, but they figure, okay, game preview, we want to have, maybe they jumped the gun, but maybe they said, okay, this runs real good at 30, so why in game preview we're gonna run it at 30? And you know, and a lot of people is complaining about it. They don't even enter the battle royale games. You know what I'm saying? I like to play the colon every now and then. That's battle royale. A lot of these people, I can't stand Fortnite. My son loves it. I just can't do it.
Fortnite?
Yeah, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But people gotta take, man, there's other stuff in this world to worry about than 30 frames and 60 frames. I know we gamers. But it was kind of embarrassing. I'm seeing people jumping on bandwagons, and they don't even know what it is. They never even played the game. You know, some of them never even saw the game, and it was like, oh, and we talking about $30. We ain't talking about 60. The game when it comes out, it's not even coming out. It's coming out as 30. So come on. There's other stuff in the gaming community that we can talk about. You know what I'm saying? But it was a hot topic today, and I sat back and watched. And you know, and to me, it's more of a fanboy stuff. Because I can't throw it like I didn't make a video about it because I knew something might go down. You know, how people put news out. I think a lot of people got mad because they got to eat crow. Because they was throwing it up in the PlayStation Nation face, and the PlayStation face, you know, as soon as you get up and they saw it, they coming after us.
Mm-hmm.
They coming, and I think it was more pride. They pride getting hurt of what they reported, and people might be calling them liars, even though they wasn't liars at all.
Yeah,
so they just reported off of what they reported. So
yeah, this is the one thing for me that's why I don't make videos.
Oh, somebody echo.
I like hearing my voice though.
Oh, somebody
me?
Somebody got. I'm hearing myself though. Anyway,
Usually it's 100. Mute your mic 100.
Man, you still ain't got no mic, cuz. Damn.
I got the money. It ain't me. See, y'all always blame this.
No, but you your mic. Everybody else sounds
tacky. Just tacky. Anyway,
look at that. Look at that. No,
it's
no,
gone.
no,
yeah,
it's
I
gone.
didn't hear myself. Look at that. Anyway,
Just like that. It's fixed.
Oh my goodness. Okay, my thoughts on this is this: I'm not going to buy PUBG for this one reason. You told me that this console was premium, right? And so I went ahead and spent my money, my hard-earned money, to get this console. And so I want premium experiences. And if anybody wants to really bitch and complain about you know, well, it's not fair. Well, tough shit. Life isn't fair. This is the thing that you know what I'm saying? This is the thing that what's next? You're going to get pissed off because because you see Xbox enhanced games and you can't get Xbox enhanced games. So then you're going to ask for those tiles to be taken down. I mean, this is ridiculous. There should be no parity. Back when I was watching a video back in the beginning of the generation, there was a YouTuber that was saying that NBA 2K14 was so much more powerful on the PlayStation 4, and that they told the 2K team told them that it was so much more powerful, but they didn't want to embarrass Xbox. So therefore they did this parity thing, and then that's when you kind of had this whole thing going through the internet about no parity. Well, damn it, we still don't want no parity. I wanted to see if PlayStation had that 50% more power, and I want to see if the Xbox X got that 50% more power. What you did is hinder, you know, the fan base to believe that the Xbox One X to some people might not even be capable. You got PC fans that were losing their shit because they were like, how is this game going to be running 60 frames per second and it's not really running that well on the PC? People like Garrett was just saying that to us last night, and he plays PUBG all the time. So it's one of these things where, look, I know Microsoft allows the developers to do what they want to do, but it's in a sticky situation to where you gotta grab the bull by the horns and say, look, we don't want to have any bad press. We're only 11 days away from this game to be released, and we don't want to have any type of problems or issues. So if it was the dev that made that decision, then it's the dev that needs to rectify and say, look, it can run 60 frames per second on the X, but we felt that it was our better judgment for the game to run 30 frames per second on both. And if they did that, then all hell break loose on the devs. But for right now, you don't know who to blame. You can blame the gamers for bitching. You can blame Microsoft because they seem weak on the issue, or you can blame the devs. And it's like Delilah said, you blame them all. So what I'm going to do is like I was saying about everybody that was mad about the loot crates, I'm going to speak with my wallet. I'm not buying that fucking game. I don't want parity. I don't want any fucking game that's going to come and they want to try to cater to the whole fan base. Fuck that. I didn't pay $500 to cater to the fan base because the fan base didn't pay $500 for a console. You see what I'm saying? And I think the same thing should be addressed for the pro. Any game that's going to set any game or any developer that feels that the pro is much more powerful than the vanilla PS4, and they say, well, we want to have parity because we want to have the fan base, happy or satisfied with it. Fuck them. Don't buy their shit. Period. So that's what I got to say about that. Whoever gets the blame, you know what? Fuck you for doing that because it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? We paid the money for it. We want to see what the power is. If you wanted to be cheap and wanted to buy a cheap PlayStation 4 or a cheap Xbox One S, that was on you. That ain't on other people that did that. And if I was the one that didn't get the X or the Pro, because I don't have the Pro, I have the Slim PlayStation. For anybody that gets enhancements, they get what they paid for. And that's all we asked for. So again, that was my rant. That's why I wanted to wait to let my side be said up, because I think it's wrong. And whoever's at fault for it, they need to have their ass checked for it, because it's disrespectful to not only the people that has bought this machine, but it's disrespectful to the people that was told this bullshit from the get. So I'm
but
done.
Mega
ain't me.
Ain't this what Phil promotes? This is for the premier gamer. Ain't this what he says?
Yes.
This is what we're supposed to get.
Yes.
Like I said, I got a 1050 Ti in my computer.
Yeah.
I don't cater to them 1050 Ti motherfuckers for $125. I don't want to hear that shit. You give me what I pay for.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
But when the game officially comes out, and if it runs 30, I can say you can bitch. This game is coming in game preview. That's AKA paid beta.
But 100. Listen to what I'm saying.
This is only $30.
And it's 30. You ain't spending no 60.
Right.
34.
I don't care about the money. I don't care if it's $100. What I'm saying is they put they self on the pedestal and said 60. If they came out and said the game is going to be 30 frames, nobody wouldn't have said nothing. But they retracted less than 24 hours and created a controversy themselves.
A lot of people got their fake. But yeah, we get that 100. But a lot of people. But no. This is the reason why I don't do videos really quick when it comes to like real hot news, because stuff like this backfires. And you got somebody that's, and from one of the sources that I talked to earlier this evening, they were like, look, this wasn't Microsoft. This was the dev, because they were saying like the dev is kind of he be on his own level, and so he's the one that kind of did this. Microsoft don't care either way. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want to. It's like Delilah said, they give the freedom. But I'm not going to be mad for anybody that goes after Microsoft on this, because Microsoft needs to step up on this and stomp this out quickly. Like, look. We got great publicity going on right now. We can't have every 3 to 4 months something bad always happening. Right. You know what I'm saying? When we got momentum going on.
Huge momentum.
You know what I'm saying? PUBG is huge momentum. You know what I'm saying? And instead of them being worried about putting I shouldn't say that, because that's more money in their pockets. But they're going for mobile, but it's a problem. Go ahead, Delilah.
I think what if it was just an honest mistake? Like dude said, it's gonna be 60, and then he realized he messed up later. It's like, oh no, it's supposed to be 30. Like,
I think, I can say that too, but he was hugely.
I'm just saying, but think about it though.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think like after 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, but after a couple months of them developing it, I think they were like, yeah, we're up to 40. You know what I'm saying? We're hovering around 40. To KMEGA's point, regardless of who we feel was responsible for saying, oh, we got to retract. The fact of the matter is that Microsoft does not need this press for this game. No, I get that it's in preview mode.
It's becoming the pattern, every time a game, like 100 said, like every time a game about to drop for them, something happens, whether it's resolution gate or
and it's like a deja vu.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that it's frustrating to an Xbox fan that everything is going their way. We still don't, we don't care. I don't think anybody on this panel really cares about that stupid NPD talk, but they have an opportunity to win the NPD. And if they have the NPD and PUBG coming out, the momentum is going strong for them towards the end of the year. And that's going to mean something to a lot of people to a lot of gamers out there that's been on the fence about the Xbox One X because tax time is right around the corner.
Yes.
So I mean, it's like I don't know, man. Like they got to.
Would you rather got told now or got told 2 weeks after you bought the game?
Look, man, it's just like the scale bound. It's like just like the scale bound situation. I didn't want to hear it at all. It's just bad.
Look, I feel like in the next couple of weeks, though. I mean, the game is going into preview, so I think that. I mean, it's a good chance that they can still optimize the game to be a better frame rate on X, man. I mean, it's going into preview. I mean, that means that the game's going to be actively worked on while people are playing it. Like, this is not a be-all, end-all. It's not like it has a traditional release and it's going to be,
I know, right?
Like, people are complaining over nothing, in my opinion.
To me, this is an unforced error that on their part. They should have said nothing.
Personally, me, I
mean,
I'm gonna get it.
Do is just say nothing and just let the game
too. I'm picking it up too. Like, why not?
Well, yeah, I'm still getting it, but I'm saying it was an unneeded, thing for him to say. Like,
not broken though. That's the point.
Yeah. Well, Infamous. What was you gonna say?
Like I said, I agree with you, Mega. You should, if you paying for $500 equipment, you expect that the games that spitting out, they should be the best as they possibly can. And I know for a fact they was talking about 60 frames at like E3 time. So I'm expecting the people that's gonna get it on the X, it's supposed to be 60 frames, but they knocked it back. And then I personally, I'm like, look, I got a fat baby. I'm gonna get the game regardless because I watch people play this game on PC, and I want to have a chance to be able to play this game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's like someone said it in the panel. They're just super sensitive. It's 2017. Yes. I remember when, like back in the days, we didn't have all these damn issues, and everybody wasn't super sensitive about these video games. If you wanted to get good, you had to spend them quarters at the arcade. If you wanted to get good, you had to get the strategy guide. If you wanted to get good, you had to be playing these fighting games, and it didn't even matter how it looked. I mean, it was at a point that, like, we didn't even care how it looked. Now it's all about nitpicking every little thing, and I just think it's, man, people are just doing it, just be doing it, and I just like, what the fuck? Y'all just putting salt on everybody else that want to enjoy a particular game. It's like nobody can enjoy a game without somebody being super sensitive. If it's not bad, everything.
It's social media.
Yeah,
like,
they got too much of a voice.
Yeah, well,
too
much.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay for gamers to have a voice, but then again,
it's a difference between saying a voice, like a legitimate issue with the game, than versus somebody straight nitpicking all the time.
Right. I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out who does Microsoft listens to, because I mean, you know, there'll be people that'll say, "Well, you shouldn't listen to Crap or Mooch, or you shouldn't listen to KMEGA or whatever." But But why they don't even listen to a Triple Cup Chuck or to a Delilah or to a 108's Dragon or a Mighty Mouse or somebody else other than socially people that's supposed to be damage controlling all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that comes up with a lot of things that are positive that should help influence good feedback for the Xbox community, and also even with the PlayStation community as well. But you know what? The PlayStation community just do what they do. They'll just they'll take whatever that's given to them, and they'll brag about it. They'll accept it. There's really not too much feedback coming from them. Nintendo fans, Nintendo don't do no wrong. They don't do no wrong to them.
Right.
Now, the PC community, they do a lot of complaining, but things get done, but they're more productive on what they do. I have no idea what Xbox fans want sometimes, because it's like 1 minute you're over here talking about we need a game like God of War, right? And I'm looking at God of War and I'm like, this shit look like Rise. So we don't need a God of War. We just need another Rise. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not understanding what all the bitching is, especially something like that. Look, look, you can't get mad about anybody that has a piece of hardware that's better than yours. For anybody that has there's a lot of people that's got a better PC than I do. I'm not mad at them because they got the hottest shit. I'm comfortable for what I got, or I'll upgrade either way. So I don't know. We go along on it.
This is the only community to where you have the lower end hardware and they still want parity. I don't understand that shit for the life of me. You got to, if you want the more if you want the better performance, do you shell out the more performance money? Okay,
Yeah, because this is where my issue is, right? So this is what we're dealing with today. Well, what happens when the next Xbox comes out?
Exactly.
100 frames. Are we still doing 30 because of that?
Exactly.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
man, people is mad because they're trying to get to the root of it. They're trying to figure out, why did this happen? Are we doing this because Microsoft or Bluehole wants parity? But what's going to happen? Are we just going to have enhanced old games, or and our new games is going to be bottlenecked, or what? What is the deal?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But
you know what it is? Misery loves company.
Absolutely.
If I ain't got it, you shouldn't have it.
Absolutely. That's it right there. That's the perfect way to end this part of the of this situation. Yeah, segment, because I really want to go back in it, but you
better buy that
game. Lady already got the blade.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, she got the
blade. Y'all blame me because I'm the one that allowed to say 4K.
It's it's game night tonight, so yeah,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So okay. Anyway, so let's get on to ladies' comment, ladies' topic of the night, which is really interesting, and that is the VMA awards. Now, game of the year. I'm going to go to you first, lady, and I want you to tell me what was your game of the year. And here's the nominees. You got Horizon Zero Dawn, you got Persona 5, PUBG, Zelda, and Mario Odyssey. Who do you think? Who do you think is going to win?
I'm sorry?
Who do you think is going to win?
Oh, what? Oh, man, y'all going to hate me, man.
You weren't even listening. Was you listening?
No, you said you were giving out the nomination for Game of the Year. I heard you, right?
Oh, okay,
I'm saying that y'all gonna hate me because I said pub. I said pub. Battlegrounds. I think they might take it. I know it is an unpopular opinion because it's not a complete game or a complete release, but I've been streaming for like a year on Twitch.
Oh, hold on. Got somebody talking in the background.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh, that's you?
Give me a minute. Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I apologize.
No, you're fine.
If you guys can hear me, I've been streaming on Twitch for like a year. So when I see that, I watch the traffic, I watch the data on Twitch, and in the majority, it been having like the top 3 spot in pub for like the longest, and they've been events and parties around that event, around that particular game within the whole year. And I personally, and I can't wait to play it on Xbox. Personally, I used to hate on everybody that had it on PC because, I didn't have a PC, so I couldn't play the game. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
So when I think about the Video Game Awards, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not real. It ain't true to the fans, such and such, and blah blah, whoopie woo woo." But then I'm thinking in a mind frame of a business person or a data analyst. You know what I'm saying? Or finance. That's how I think. When it comes to this particular nomination. So I mean, Zelda was okay, but it wasn't all that. Them graphics was not the business. Mario, it looked good for Nintendo, but it's the same thing, just different. And Horizon Zero Dawn is a good game, but it wasn't pushing as much as Pug would be. And that's how I feel about it. And if they don't get it, if they don't get Game of the Year, I'll take the L. I'll take an L and take it proud like a woman. But that's how I feel.
You kind of, you know what? Look, I'm not trying to get an assault charge. I mean, I'm just not going to take that. I'm not going to say nothing after that. Anyway, all right. So, Triple Cup Chuck, Game of the Year. What you heard the nominees? What is who you think is going to win?
All right, this is like who I personally think gonna win, or who I personally think that's gonna win, or who I want to win.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Who out of the Game of the Year? Because I'll bring up a couple of the other ones, but we're just doing Game of the Year right now. So out of Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, PUBG, Zelda, or Mario Odyssey?
Okay, this is what I think. I mean, Mario was a half decent game. That's all it took for Mario to be game of the year. I said it was going to either be Mario or Zelda. But me personally, y'all remember Batman, The Dark Knight? Remember when the Joker came up in there and he just burnt the money and just let the money burn on fire? I want to have that experience because I want PUBG to win and just to watch Twitter burn like that. That's what I want to see personally. That's what I want to see.
Nice. Yeah, Twitter would burn. Yeah, all social media would burn down, Jack. Okay. All right. Mighty Moss, what do you think about Game of the Year? And who do you think is going to win?
I don't know, bro, but I'm going to tell you this, that if Horizon Zero Dawn, the wannabe Tomb Raider with Dinobots and Fred Flintstone aesthetics, if that motherfucking game wins, I'm going to be like that panda meme that's on Twitter and start smacking keyboards and shit all over the place. That is the worst goddamn game I've seen in my life, yo. I've never played anything as horrible. I've never played anything as
Dinobots.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. If that game wins, then the future gaming is going down in hell, man. That's all I got to say.
Word, you said it's over. It's done. Gaming. It's finito.
I'm just gonna grab a Rubik's Cube and just get down with that, man. The worst shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't care what Pony says in the chat. If that game is horrible.
It was the most. It's the best looking game out of the bunch.
Yeah,
give it that. And then necessarily not the best gameplay or the best story or acting or.
Wow,
but I mean, it was the best looking. So,
well, okay. I won't do it.
Can I just say? Let me clarify. This is why I say this. I try so hard to review that game. I'll be real quick. I try so hard to review that game. I got all the way up to level 20 something. Do you know that I did not have to? Now, I'm not a PlayStation dude. I brought my Pro. I hooked it up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to the controls. I put that game on the second to hardest setting. I did not have to level up to level 14. I did not die but 3 times. I could outroll the goddamn cheaters on that game. Yo, what was that garbage? That's horrible.
Wow.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I played it. I think I was a level when I stopped playing. It was like a level 8 or 10, between an 8 and 10. And after I got past the part where I saved the brother, and then I went and I got some weapons from the dealer guy, and then I went and started another mission. I started 2 missions after that, and I was like, okay, I'm good. This is a beautiful game. I had fun creeping in the woods a little bit and killing those buffalo looking things. And then I was like, but it got to a point to where it was repetitive, and then I said, okay, I'll get back to it, and I haven't got back to it yet, but I will. I will. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was one of the games where I bought a PlayStation 4. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to play it. It's just that it didn't meet the expectations of hype compared to what I thought it was going to be, but it's a good game, and you know what I'm saying. And I knew that it was going to be one of those games that was going to be a nominee. So, 100. What is your thoughts on the Game of the Year and who you think is going to win?
Game of the Year kind of hard. Zelda going to win. You don't hear me?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Oh yeah. I think Zelda's going to win. Out of Jeff Keighley's bullshit, quote unquote show. Yeah, I think Zelda's going to win. But the game I can say right now that I played that I need to go back is Shadow War. It kind of upped the ante from the last one. So that's
so you just jumped.
That's not even one of the nominees.
Yeah, that's not even one of the nominees.
I said the nominee. I said my game of the year.
I haven't even asked anybody yet.
He pivoted.
Okay, I can skip you.
I walked away from
you skipping questions now?
But no, who gonna win game of the year is Zelda.
Okay,
it's gonna be Zelda or Mario. It's a Nintendo game.
Okay, all right.
Some games don't need to be up there. You know, so
what game don't need to be up there, man?
You already know Persona don't need to be up there. PUBG should be there, and Bluehole came out and said PUBG shouldn't be there.
Can we say Persona is a PlayStation 3 game? Can please people not forget that? That's a PlayStation 3
My thing
game.
is what you can. Why you can go to? Okay, this is what I do. If I was Jeff Keighley.
You guys are gonna get a lot of hate on y'all, man. Y'all keep talking about that
Well,
persona.
hey, I'm just keeping it real. This is what I do if I was him. I would have got. Yeah, I would have tried to find the best Xbox exclusive, the best Nintendo exclusive, the best PC exclusive, and the best PlayStation exclusive. And then I would have 2 other ones for wild cards. So if you want to bring in an Odyssey, you want to bring in something else.
So you changing the rules.
That's what I was trying to make Game of the Year.
Okay, so you said the penis demon should not be. The penis demon. You guys see it softly. Okay, well, you know what? A lot of people would disagree because there's a lot of people that I've seen on Twitter say that game is one of the best games that they played in life.
All you do is read. You fight and you read.
Xenoblade. They said it down. They on Xeno. The ones that said Xenoblade for Persona 5, Xenoblade 2.
Oh
shit.
my god!
Come on, I just saw a bunch of flip flops.
So okay, so for you, the penis demon is a. All right, okay. That's all we need to hear. All right, so we're gonna move on. Delilah HD.
What's up?
Game of the year. Who do you
man.
think should win?
Well, I think I already know who's gonna win Game of the Year.
Who do you think?
I think it's gonna be Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It's because the amount of I'm telling you, just the amount of years of building up to that game, to finally releasing and actually being good. Like that's hard to even pull off because there's so much hype surrounding that game, and for it to release and live up to the hype, I think it's phenomenal. I feel like you guys are like with Horizon Zero Dawn. Like that game is nominated in like 4 or 5 categories. It's gonna win something.
It's gonna win something.
But is it gonna win Game of the Year though? No.
That and Persona is probably mostly nominated.
Dude, like 90% of this VGA Awards is always like a Sony exclusive show. That's what it seemed like. Not just me being nitpicky, being my preferred platform is obviously Xbox, and I feel like it's just too many games out there to just kind of narrow it down to these few. I was so disappointed with nominees in general. I think they could have really broadened the palette a little bit more. But
how can you not have Assassin's Creed or Shadows of War or Wolfenstein? Why do you not have those? I never understood why.
Well, Wolfenstein got nominated for a couple of categories.
Made it. I think Assassin's Creed to me feels like you should have at least took Horizon Zero took the Dawn spot.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand why Assassin's Creed ain't even nowhere in the nominees. Like, are you serious? That game is great. They did a fantastic job on that game.
That's weird. That's the reason why I don't really pay attention to these. This was
black.
It's because it's clearly biased. If you look at the voting jury, like if you look at people who actually submit titles in to be part of the games is going to be in nomination, like just look and see what channels they are, and it'll tell you. It's like Kind of Funny Games, which is primarily a Sony channel, a couple other Sony only channels. It's like Xbox, they don't have any representation in that entire voting jury. Like it's ridiculous. So. Yeah.
I mean, I think there's only 2 Xbox games. It
should be no surprise as to how
2 Xbox games are nominated.
And what's crazy is that it's not just this year.
Oh, 3. I'm sorry.
Like last year, it was the same identical way. So I mean, to me, this is not the Game Awards. It's the Sony Game Awards. Like
Nintendo Sony Game Awards.
Nintendo/Sony Game Awards.
Just Japanese company awards, because that's who they're catering to. Like, look,
I mean, come on, man. Jeff Keighley went and learned how to speak Japanese because he loved the Japanese so much.
Oh, he's a huge fan of Kojima. Yeah, he loves Kojima, man.
He had to be able to learn to speak Japanese so he could talk to his mom and shit. You know what I mean?
What sticks out to me with Jeff Keighley is like I've watched several of his interviews with him, like interviewing other developers, other publishers, things like that. And one that sticks out to me is when he was interviewing the guys who did Ark, and he kept pandering them. What about PlayStation? What about PlayStation? What about PlayStation? And I'm like, so clearly he's biased towards whatever platform that he prefers.
So and remember, he did that leak,
right? And this is the guy who heads the entire Game Awards. So it's a lost cause. This is why I refuse to support this this quote unquote supposed to be industry award show.
I mean, it is what it is. That man, he wanted to be born Japanese. It's just, you know, this was hard for him.
He wants to follow the steps of another person that I call Janko Feed. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm not gonna go that far with it. I think, you know, he has a lot of notoriety in the industry, and that's why this is probably by far one of the best shows, though. I mean, as far as production quality, they get better every year, so I'm looking forward to seeing if it's gotten better. Because I like for the industry to do well in general. I mean, of course, right? I love the industry, so it's one of those things I want it to do well, but I hate the bias part of it. But yeah, so like I said, Legend of Zelda is gonna get the nod for Game of the Year. To me, out of all the games up there, I think it should get it. I would say if I had to pick a close second, it would have to be PUBG, just because of the amount of people still playing that game night after night and how addicting that game is. So it would be, for me, those two. And yeah. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is going to win something. It's in too many categories not to win something.
Oh yeah,
Another game that I was surprised to see up here was quite often was Cuphead. So I think Cuphead's going to bring home something too.
Cuphead's going to bring what always Xbox brings, and that is best art design, just like Ori and the Blind Forest. And then I think there was another game in between there that was graphically strong, and that won.
And best sound.
Yeah, and so Cuphead's going to win that award. That's kind of like the little trinket. Well, Xbox, you win something. And then Xbox wins. And Xbox always wins the best sports racer. I'll get into that a little bit. I'll get into that next, but I still got to hit everybody else up and see what they thought about the game of the year. So, what about you, What Away Dragons? Who do you think is going to win the game of the year?
I think it's going to be Mario or Zelda, because right now with the Switch's momentum, you even got Digital Foundry saying this is our favorite system to review, and I'm like, really? Like, come on, stop. But I think from the momentum of the Switch, they're going to get it. I really believe the new boy on the block should get it, because it's doing Guinness Book of World Records broken. You understand? And created from PUBG. Do it have the background and the context or the format of Zelda? And, you know, nah, it's not an RPG. But just what it's doing to the industry, it's a phenomenon. Like Overwatch, it's a phenomenon. So it should win Game of the Year, but it won't be. It'll be Zelda or Mario.
Man, I don't know. Who else did I skip over? Because who else did I get? Everybody? Did I get you live?
Nah.
Okay, go ahead, live.
I go with I would say PUBG, man. They probably should win.
Man, you think PUBG is gonna?
It's only because I won't even say it's popular. It's just like, yo, when the smoke clears, what game is still left standing though?
Multiplayer game. That's the only really multiplayer game up here.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, but like when the smoke clears, like, who's really still playing Zelda? Who's really still playing Mario? Like from a year from now, who's still playing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like on some real shit. I'm just being honest, like on some real shit. Like, who's really, like, if you already played Mario, how many times? Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, are there diehard Mario fans that be like, guess what? I play Mario every day, you know, for 8 hours a day, and I beat it like 2 million times. Like, all right, like, you know, but I'm talking about for actual normal people who actually is still playing that, you know, because PUBG, you could play, you know, you got people that are addicted.
I gotta tell you that there's some DLC coming out this month for Zelda.
No, I'm not saying they ain't DLC, but I'm just saying once they beat it, they're not. How long that DLC gonna last them? It's gonna last them. Let's be kind and say it lasts them a month, right? After that month, then what? They ain't still playing Zelda. Some real shit. Unless that's the only game you got, and you out there waving that Zelda flag like it's the best game ever. Well, what other game you got? That's not important. It's the best game ever. But like, bitch, what other games you got? Well, I got Mario and Zelda. I'm like, man, fuck out of here, man.
Did you have a conversation with yourself right now? Did you just do your video right fast? Oh my god!
That's how I do. I get into my Nintendo fanboy. Well, what you talking about? Mario is the best game ever, bro. Like, you bugging, yo. Like Mario, and then Zelda on top of it. Like, I don't need no other games, yo. Splatoon. Will my Nintendo boys stand up? You know what I mean?
Oh wow. What?
All right, go ahead, man.
All right, man. I didn't know what to, you just had a conversation with yourself. You made me a little nervous. That's all right.
I was like, yeah.
Like, look, I'm paying attention to the chat, and it's like, okay, look, I just want to that's just my perception. It's my perception that it's the Sony Awards. I mean, that's what I've seen in the last couple of years. I explained that. Sorry, I'm just responding to the chat. My bad, y'all. My bad. Keep it moving.
You're fine. Look,
no, but I think you're right. You're absolutely right.
You're right. Look. Okay. You know what? You know how to get. You know how. What would? Okay, Xbox, for instance, they know that they're going to win Best Racer every year, right? Well, what do? They put them in they blend them in the best sports category. That's not right. That's not right to the sports games out there. That's really high quality. Like, okay, for instance, I got this right here. Best sports and racing game. You got FIFA 18, Forza 7, GT Sport, NBA 18, Pro Evo Soccer 2018, and Project Cars 2. Now, what about Madden?
Set up to fail, pretty much.
Where's Madden?
Especially with all the racing games that came out, they had their own category.
In a generation,
so they had Need for Speed up. They could have put up there. I mean, you had at least 6 racing games this year.
Had a solid.
You got Dirt 4. You got F1. You got plenty of great racers that's out there that can compete. And you know what I'm saying. And you're gonna, but you know, it's garbage. It's garbage. And you know what? And I think Forza 7 is going to win that. But what if GT Sports win that?
It's not. I feel like it's not going to win that. FIFA 18 is going to win.
FIFA 18 could win.
GT Sports can't win. It don't got enough content.
It'd be hilarious if GT Sport win though.
Hey,
if GT Sport, you know what? And they might throw a curveball in that.
If GT Sports win, I'll be mad as fuck because that game is hot garbage.
I wouldn't, I would be more hard pressed. I wouldn't even be tripping if it was Project Cars 2, because if you want to throw a monkey wrench into the whole thing, then you can say Project Cars 2. It's a multi-platform one. Okay, that sucks, but that's fine. This game has dynamic weather. It's a pretty game. They improved the driving.
Project Cars is better than GT.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what, Project Cars is better than GT Sport.
And it got more cars.
Yes, got more. It's got more cars
more tracks.
and it's got a better story mode. Campaign mode. I think to me it's got the best campaign mode. Project Cars 2. As much as I love Forza's campaign, but it's more realistic for Project Cars 2. So if they gave the nod to them, then that's fine. But it's just so disrespectful to the sports gamer fan. It's kind of like, well, we gotta nominate you, so let's just throw that shit in there just because we don't care about sports.
And I think too, let me just put this out there. For the most anticipated game, like, where is Sea of Thieves? Like, that's the one I'm looking forward to. Why is that not even
most anticipated?
Because 100 said he wants to get drunk on a ship while getting ruined it for Microsoft.
That's the point I'm trying to get you to. This is the point I'm trying to make. The games that got up here aren't even coming out next year. Like, you got Last of Us Part 2, that ain't coming out next year. You got God of War that may come out towards the end of fall next year. Red Dead Redemption 2, that should actually win, because to me that's the most. That one would have came out this fall. That would have been epic. Monster Hunter World, I don't know about that. It's Capcom. I'm torn. And then Spider-Man. I mean, come on, it's Spider-Man.
Oh, you mean a quick time event game? Oh, damn! Did I say that?
I'm not gonna say anything about Spider-Man because Insomniac Games is making it.
I'm gonna get
and I like Insomniac, so I think Insomniac is gonna do that game great. I'm not even going.
You sure Telltale's ain't making that game?
I love Insomniac too.
I think
a lot of quick time events in there.
Sea of Thieves should have definitely been in the most anticipated. And it's funny to me, while so many people try to downplay it. Who cares about being a pirate? Listen, you get a whole bunch of thug ass black pirates with gold teeth and dreads running around and jumping on your boat, it's going to be some problems. What's up?
All right, so people don't want to play as pirates, but they want to play as schoolgirls and run around. I don't understand. I'm just saying, like, yo, could we keep it on 100? Like,
keeping it real goes wrong. Yeah, so
some other titles.
I might not have been a pirate in my other life, but I damn for sure wasn't no schoolgirl neither.
You even pick something like Far Cry 5 and like stuff like that. Like it's just something more balanced. Like I don't. It just seems so one-sided.
Well, okay. Here's another game on the list. Another category, and that was the best fighting game. So anybody can jump in with it.
Man, you sound like an Xbox fanboy.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read it. Let me read it off first. Okay, it's the Mighty Tekken, Tekken 7, Injustice 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, ARMS, and then there. Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce this right, so I'm going to just butcher it. It's what Nidhogg 2. It's that little game where you're jousting, and it's the graphics is 2D, old school Atari looking, and you're moving around and you're jousting around and
that joint.
Yeah. Well, there was a part 2, and that was the other game that was nominated. And I'm kind of like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can put it in there. Yeah, but you got to look it up. It's you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I wouldn't waste my time.
There's other fighters out there, though. I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite should be in there anyway.
No, Marvel vs. Capcom. Let me say this: Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is actually really good to play. It is. The mechanics is fantastic, and they have picked up a lot because they're bringing out the DLC like nobody's business. And just on the 5th of December, they're going to have Winter Soldier, Venom, and
I don't fuck with the Power Stones, man.
But the Stones, the Stones is not OP.
I don't care if it's OP. I played all the Marvel vs. Capcoms. Okay, that shit looks like it got dumbed down. And the mechanics
graphically, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, they did do it for the casual. They did do it for a casual that somebody can pick up and play. They did do that, but it's some hardcore stuff that's in.
You're talking about the graphics. You're talking about the graphics.
The graphics look like Marvel Capcom 3.
Well,
I don't like the Power Stone.
Ultimate Marvel Capcom.
I don't like the characters. Like, there's a few characters that's awesome. I feel like the gameplay is a little dumbed down for me. I played the demo.
It's different from the demo.
It's better than the
same
demo.
thing.
Yeah, it is. The demo didn't even have all the moves.
This game.
That was a horrible demo.
My money back.
Yeah,
And I pre-ordered. No, it's different from the
terrible. They released the demo with half the moves. I thought that was.
I just don't like. But I just came from before the older titles, and that's what I'm accustomed to. I just don't like the new shit.
Crazy.
I just don't like the new shit.
So who you think is going to win though? That's what out of these fighting games: Tekken 7, Injustice 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, ARMS, or Nidhogg 2.
I want to say
Higgy Hog.
It's probably going to be Injustice 2 because that is a huge fan favorite.
Yeah, it is.
And what's crazy, I don't even like it because I don't.
What?
Great game. No. Listen to what I'm saying. The game is fantastic, but it controls mad different, man. Mortal Kombat is a better controlling game. It's like they changed the timing of the combos. I love the game. You know what I'm saying? I think the characters are dope. I just don't like how it controls.
Yeah, I'm with Limit.
The game is not dope.
I'm usually low punch, low kick.
Right.
You got one button that's doing it both. That's what
going from one hit to another. The timing is different. And I'm a fighting game dude, and I can't play it. It's crazy.
Certain characters you can play with, certain characters you can't. And I think that's the benefit of what's your flavor. And I hope more fighting games go to that type of style. So, there's not a person that can just play with anybody and just kick your ass. They just pick a certain group of people and then a certain player, and then you just get better with them. I mean, look.
But I love the game.
Yeah, the game is absolutely fantastic.
I'm waiting for the Hellboy because I'm a big Hellboy comic book dude. So
already on there.
He is?
Yeah, he been there.
Is Hellboy already on there? Okay.
Yeah.
Ninja
I gotta
Turtles
rock
about to
out.
come now.
Yeah, Ninja
Yeah, I know
Turtles.
the Ninja Turtles is
I'm a
coming.
fan of Ninja Turtles too, but I just think the fighting mechanics, they changed it up. I guess so it don't
They
feel
did
like
change
Mortal
it
Kombat X,
Yeah.
but it just feels different. I just, I could play with like 2 people, but I'm a dude to play with like 10 people, so I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying? But the game it is phenomenal. Not knocking the game.
Y'all guys hit that like button, man. We got like over 70 people
definitely.
watching, man. Hit that like button, show support. Not to me, because I know a lot of y'all don't like me, but let's go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? No, I should do reverse psychology. If you hate me, hit that like button. All right, but no, for me, I love my Tekken. Tekken is fantastic.
You ain't loved it since I whooped your ass, but I ain't
You
gonna.
crazy. You lost your damn mind, man. We went toe to toe, man, and you got me one night, and then you said,
your ass.
"Yeah, man, you
about toe to toe."
We'll do it again because it wasn't because you had it confused last night. You was saying it was Garrett, and I was like, it wasn't me. And I said, it was one night that you got me. The other night, man,
it was light skin on light skin crime. I remember now.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I wasn't drinking.
We're gonna have to set that up then. We're gonna have to do that.
All right, man. Let's keep the party rolling now. Let's keep the party rolling.
No. Anyway, as much as I love Tekken 7, I am disappointed about Tekken with the DLC. Not with the characters so much of who they're bringing. It's how long they taking. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, there's other look how many characters has came on Injustice 2. How many characters has already come on Marvel vs. Capcom, and you just now coming with your first character, and you haven't even brought any of the older legacy characters in to compliment us. You brought us bowling. Get the fuck out of here, man. I didn't pay $90 for that. So anyway, my nod's got to go to Injustice 2, but in all honesty, I think ARMS is going to win because it's just that type of show to me. So
I own it. Fun game, but if it wins, we got a problem.
If ARMS win, I swear I'll live stream and drink a bottle of 151 live. If that shit wins,
you drink a bottle of 151.
I'm about to say, you're gonna do something and say you're gonna threaten. I'm about to threaten to drink this bottle of Pepsi over here. I do this.
Every alcoholic I know, when I
cannot drink 151 straight.
I ain't messing with that.
That's the strongest stuff I can get out here in LA. So that's the strongest stuff you can get in the world.
All right, so we're gonna keep it moving. So we got to get to the next part of this whole game of the year thing. What was your worst game of the year? And anybody could just jump in and say what was your worst game of 2017?
Everybody shut the fuck up.
I already know mine.
Well, go ahead.
Man,
let us know.
The worst. Damn.
Shadows of what you call it? That what you call it of me? I bought that shit.
Oh, fragments of me. Man, you love that game. You went all the way through that game, man. You loved fragments of him. Fragments of him. That's what it was.
Yeah, that ruined my night. I said, "Fuck it, I'm caught on camera. I might as well fix this shit."
Oh my goodness. Okay,
I'm gonna name a game. I didn't buy it, but I game share. Homefront in 4K HDR. That shit is still terrible.
Man. It's okay.
Everybody in the chat, let us know what was the worst game. What was your favorite game of 2017, and what was your worst game of 2017? So go ahead. What about you, Mighty Moss? What was your worst game of 2017?
Oh well, you know what my worst game, man.
The
Dinobots, man. That game don't know if it wants to be Tomb Raider, the goddamn Transformers. I don't know, man. But anyway,
oh my god,
my favorite game is I'm giving it to Wolfenstein 2, man. I'm a Bethesda fanboy, man, and Wolfenstein 2 did it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got cool points with me with that, but that's
I think it's good. I think it's good, but I think the certain things about the gunplay could have been better. Like when I go to Halo from Wolfenstein, like Halo, when I'm shooting that gun, that shit feel like I'm shooting that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Sometimes on Wolfenstein, it don't feel like that. Like I don't get that rumble feedback like you do in Halo. When you buck a motherfucker, you like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
You own one tonight.
You mass murderous this month.
You murderous tonight. Okay, so live. What was your game of the? What was your worst game of 2017?
Worst game that I bought.
Just the worst game. Like I mean, It's not that hard.
Man, that's I usually don't buy shitty games. I'm just saying.
I'm the same way.
At least not on purpose. I don't go and be like, "Oh, this
We're about to move around. Come on,
let me go get this." You know what I mean? You know what? I'd say probably a Culling. That was probably the worst game I bought.
You said what game?
Culling.
The Calling.
The Culling.
Because I really didn't play that shit like that. Like I thought I was gonna play it like that, but
don't get on it now. Because I got smashed the other night. I don't think I lasted 2 minutes. Them dudes
at this point, yeah.
Okay, so what about you, 100? What was your worst game of 2017? What was your favorite?
2017 worst game. Ah man, the homegirl gonna get mad at me. It's gonna be 7 Days to Die.
Oh damn!
I was hooked for 2 weeks. After that, I ain't touched that. Now, you people see, like that's the kids. They like to play it because they put it on God mode. But I didn't. After like you play it with friends, it's like it just got stale.
Okay. All right. So your best game.
Best game of the year. People gonna get mad at me. And
why people gonna get mad at you?
Because they say this game is dog shit. But Halo Wars 2 was my game of the year because I had low expectations for it. I didn't have no high expectations.
Halo Wars 2 is
we did rock out mad nights playing that shit. Though.
Yes, dope.
Especially that flood shit. That flood shit was fire.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what about you, Delilah HD? What was your favorite game of the year, and what was your worst game of the year?
Okay, I'm gonna start my worst first because I got a love-hate relationship with this game. And that would be Destiny 2.
He cut you to the white meat.
I'm gonna take my shit back from the Culling. Yo, that shit was so bad. I fucking played that.
Like I
trade that shit back in for Madden.
I would say the first 20 hours into Destiny 2, I was loving that game. Like, oh my god, I was so into it. And then all of a sudden, it just started dying on me. Like, slow, yes.
It's just an immediate drop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Million people real quick.
Yeah. So like I said, I got a love-hate relationship because that gameplay is so good. That's Halo all day. I mean, they just
yes, it is
on repeat. But my game of the year, though, you guys can actually answer this one for me, and it will be Assassin's Creed Origins. No.
I was like, it was Recore? What? That was last year?
Recore Definitive Edition. Okay. Recore Definitive Edition. Okay. I'm killing that game. Anyway, I still love my Recore, though. You guys already know. But no, Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed Origins. No, they upped the difficulty too in the definitive edition. The difficulty is amped up.
The game is tough, man. It's good.
That shit is hard. I ain't gonna lie about that shit.
All right. Okay. What about you, lady? What was your worst game of the year and what's your best?
Man, I didn't buy a lot of new games. Like on time games. I bought like
take it all day. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Okay. I did not like. Y'all gonna hate me. I did not like Bayonetta, the first one.
What?
Okay, she got to go on a call with the guns hand on it. Give her.
First of all, you're not supposed to put nobody in the corner because first of all, you don't even know me like that.
Hey man,
hold on the grip talk.
Cut you to the white meat.
Second of all, it's not. I mean, I played most of my games and Bayonetta. I just got stuck and I said, fuck it. Okay?
You tapped out.
And yeah, you damn right.
She said, fuck this game. I don't care that much.
Okay, I can accept that.
I had got Far Cry 4 as well. And it's not like Far Cry 3. I thought I was coming into Far Cry 4 like, yo, Far Cry 3 was the shit. I think we can do some more good shit. And then it's like an endless grind for me in that game, and I got time for that, man. I thought I was 25% there. I'm like 12. I'm like shit. I'm like 12% there.
To this
What?
topic, we should tweak it a little bit and say, what's your sleeper for this year? Because I mean, some people got sleepers too. Like,
You always do it to me when I try to add little stuff and then look at you.
No, I'm just saying a game that they kind of crept on you, like you, man. Dang, that's gonna be good, and it was great, I mean, that kind of thing.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, what I did, the game that I did enjoy the most, /sleeper, was Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The people that love the penis demon will hate you for that.
I don't care. I don't care.
Final Fantasy 15 is fine.
It is.
No, I've been wanting to. It's just a game. Okay, at first, I was like, yo, man, this is like a boy band group on a road trip going somewhere. That's when I first saw it. But then I was like, I always wanted to get in the Final Fantasy types of game. I tried it with 13. And so I'm looking for a sale. Can I get a sale for the game? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Lord and behold, he heard me, man, because it was $30 for everything. And you think I didn't cop that? Shit. I spend more time playing Final Fantasy than I'm doing with Destiny. I haven't played Destiny 2 in like weeks, man. I mean, weeks, plural, like more than 1 week. I mean, I enjoy a new adventure and a new certain genre of gaming much better than all the other shit. So, if y'all don't like it, see me on Twitter.
Hey man, she'll be ready with her razor blade under her mouth, under her tongue.
I wouldn't even
Warriors come out and play.
Come out and play.
You don't know me like that.
And let me be trying to come hard to pay. He be like, he try to come with that East Coast raspy. Yo, son, what you talking about, son?
I did not even talk like that. I didn't even talk like that. I didn't.
No. I said Lemon does. He comes like, and you just shut him down. He didn't say nothing else. You got quiet. So, Dragons or Lemon, man. What was your game of the year? What was your biggest flop of 2017? And what was your sleeper?
Okay, hold on. Let me look at this real quick, man.
Oh man, come on, man.
No.
You gotta pull up the game list.
No.
You're taking too long, bro.
No. I'm gonna tell you a game because I'm a Viking dude, right? Jotun. That was like a sleeper hit for me. It's a indie game. It's called Jotun, man. And you play this little Viking. You're trying to get into Valhalla. You do all this crazy stuff. I thought the game was just fantastic. I put on a couple episodes of my channel. I have mad people.
Did it have a little boy with it?
Yeah. No. You stupid. We're not. I almost said yeah. It's called Jotun. I think Path of Exiles is because I'm a Diablo dude. I think that's very underrated. That's another game, and
that's a good pick.
Yeah, that game is fantastic, man. But flop of the year, being that I do my homework, I really don't buy too many flops, so I really don't have one.
Man, that's some bullshit.
I don't buy flops.
So you saying you ain't bought a game at all that was garbage? This year.
Nah.
Get him.
Who is that? Who is that?
That's Lemon. That's One-Away Dragon. Lemon 23.
Okay.
No, I don't. Yo, sis, I don't buy flops. I'm sorry because
come on. You haven't bought anything that you felt it was like disappointing. Like, it was good, but it wasn't that great. Like Destiny 2, for instance.
Okay, Destiny 2. Yeah, I can go with Destiny.
Okay, I'm just saying because
I can go with Destiny, but
everybody can take bitter with the sweet. I mean, everybody bought flops before. I mean,
well, hold on. Another sleeper hit. I had no faith in was Call of Duty World War II. Nobody talks about that, but the game is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the story mode.
That game is fantastic.
I'm the Call of Duty ambassador. I am.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not trying to take the spot.
Yeah, it ain't the best game of the year, but it's fuck winnable. So.
No. That game.
What was that?
She done made up a word.
That's
winnable.
Yeah.
That was what?
Hey, somebody call West.
The game is official.
You got to say that again. What was that again?
No. No, I'm not saying it again.
No, I'm fucking with on that.
We got to
run this episode back, record it, and then use it as a clip next segment.
I'm going to beat her ass for that. And then I'm going to put this with it.
No, like if they say, "Hey, you want to go?" What's wrong with that? What's wrong with fuck winnable? It's fuck winnable.
Oh yeah. Word. I'm gonna buy you some Timbs.
Okay. Anyway,
make sure they got heels on them.
Oh, they got those.
We get ready to get out of here a little bit. Triple Cup, your game of the year. Well, your game of the year, your most disappointing, and your sleeper.
I'll just go with the sleeper, because you could say my game of the year too. Is I didn't really expect Madden to be as good as it was. Because when I was playing Madden, I was like, okay, this is a really good game. And then the more I started playing, it got the 4K texture.
You're so casual.
But hey,
stand y'all casuals, man.
It don't matter. Somebody got to represent for us. Somebody got to represent.
Do it, Chuck.
Go ahead,
Chuck. He said that man. That man is fire.
For all our casuals out there, I do this for weeks. Man, Madden. It's the best I ever played.
Third year in a row.
Shout out to my man Garrett, King's Blood. He buys Madden just to see men in tights. Facts.
Oh my God. Facts.
No. I'm going to hell for that one.
Man, 2017.
No. You know they waiting for you in the chat for that one, yo, Lib.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, they're gonna be waiting. Oh man. Okay, so man, that was a sleeper. So what was your worst game so far? What was your worst game in 2017?
All right, do it have to be like, because most of the games I buy, if I don't catch my interest, I just put it on a backlog. So I ain't really been playing games I don't like. I mean, I just more lose interest in the game real quick.
Well, name one of those. I mean,
stop being messy. Let that man speak. What game did you put on the back burner? We get close to the end. It's about to get wild. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Chuck.
Man, look, I'm gonna plead the fifth because I don't. The games that I put on the back burner is Buku.
Buku? What the hell is Buku?
You mean Boo Boo?
No, Buku means garbage.
Buku.
Okay.
No, Buku is a lie.
Oh, a lie. A lie, like liar.
Yeah, a lot.
Like it's
a lot.
That's another East Coast word.
No, that's not an East Coast word. Come on,
that's that East Coast context, yo.
Yeah, come on.
Got the Ebonics dictionary on hand.
Buku.
Oh man,
like Buku. I got Buku cash.
Man,
yeah. See, it's an East Coast word. Y'all don't know nothing about that there.
Anyway, all right, come on.
Half of us from the East Coast, man.
Yeah, but y'all in the South somewhere. Y'all like suburbs, not suburbs.
Oh, excuse me.
You don't know me like that, cuz.
Oh shit!
I know you sounded like me today.
I know what's going on. You been? Are you on drinking a little bit?
I'm not even drinking. I'm drinking when when we finish the podcast. But I'm cool. Okay. Yeah.
I'm talking about Delilah. Y'all a little loose tonight.
Funny. Hilarious, man.
Okay, all right.
I'm fun. Can't have fun. God
no, you can have fun. Okay, anyway.
Just saying.
No, that's great. Anyway, all right, man. Let's. As for me, my game of the year is What?
Lips.
Oh, absolutely. This is game of the year for my 10th, for my 5th year in a row. No, my game of the year is actually I'm gonna have to say, damn.
Forza, stop it.
Man, you laugh. You supposed to been thinking about this, bro.
I know, right?
Man, I want to listen to what you guys saying. Forza 7 is probably my game of the year. Forza 7 is probably my game of the year. I'm killing that game. I'm a level 20. If I'm a tier 20, if you have been playing anything in Forza 7, you know you got to put in work to get to that tier. I'm I think a level 150 something. I'm killing it. I got like 100, close to 130, 40 hours in that game.
Damn.
I love it. I can't stop playing it. It's
amazing.
That's an amazing racer. And then
playing it right now.
Woo, the worst game probably in history, because I bought it, and thank God for the return policy. Friday the 13th. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Send that shit to Hades.
yeah.
Send it to Hades.
Not that bad.
I couldn't even
It was
play
good for the
it.
first week. After that,
You
Yeah,
light skin, you was scared.
man, Joel, I'm surprised nobody said Cuphead. Like, are you serious?
I would
dog?
say my sleeper was Cuphead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what my sleeper. I was like, and my sleeper was Cuphead. I knew Cuphead. I've been anticipating Cuphead for so long, but just like with every game that's been in that delay mode, you kind of lose. Yeah, I kind of like it, blah, blah, blah. But then they were like, but then when I played it, and I'm like, this game is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for
Tough.
Forza 7, that's what I would have been playing and beat already. But I have to say, Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 2 story mode is epic. It's really good. Yeah, but COD's story mode, I'm ready to end. I'm like, I think where we stormed the hotel. Fire, just absolutely fire. And I'm one level away from beating that game, man. I can't wait. I'm going to beat that tomorrow.
I was mad with Star Wars.
I'm enjoying the campaign from Call of Duty though. The war.
That's what I'm saying. It is really good and it's beautiful too, man.
I was really mad with Star Wars because I didn't want to be the bad guy. I was so happy to see them turn.
Well, don't be telling the story now.
Everybody else.
They'll get it once they play, but I was emotionally involved because I'm a Star Wars retard, man.
Oh yeah.
So
the very end, you beat it, didn't you?
Nah.
Oh, the ending is going to be really cool because it's going to set up shit for the movies. It's really dope. Man.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Anyway, so All Day is in the chat. What's up, All Day? I knew that you couldn't be on the show because you told me that you had menstrual cramps, and I'm really, hopefully you caught your might all. And you know what I'm saying, no, what's up, man? Missed that you ain't on that you are Fonzarelli on the chat. Fonzarelli said that he had to take his kids to Chuck E. Cheese, and so this was an all-day affair. Y'all get
big
that
pizza and plastic wings. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so no, man. But shout out to Fonzarelli and All Day. But anyway, man, let's get on to the next topic, man. Might be the last topic because we went really long on this. The EA CFO Blake Jurgensen. He said that linear games are fading into popularity in the current market. One reason is why EA closed down Visceral Games is because they were working, and Visceral Games was also working on that Star Wars game. I don't know if it was that 1919, that Star Wars 1919, whatever the name of that game was that they showed at E3 a couple of years ago that looked really dope. But they were working on a Star Wars game, and EA shut it down even when the game was almost done because they're changing the perception. Like, look, they're saying gamers are more into open world games. They're not interested into this linear game business, and so they're changing their whole model. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I'm going to start with you, Livewire. Is he telling the truth? Are linear games really kind of going away with the dinosaur? Or people are just more interested in open world games?
Man, I think it depends. I don't think so. I don't think it's going away with the dinosaur. I think it just depends on how they're made, to be honest. Like if it's fun and you can add enough to it, I don't see what the issue is. You know, I mean, you're always going to get the best eye-popping graphics from something linear versus something open world. It just is what it is. You know, so I don't think so. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather they keep the variety, you know, because always having an open world is just sometimes that shit gets draining too, man. Every single game open world, that kind of, I don't know.
Well, that's kind of,
I like the Wolfenstein type game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it shows by the sales. I mean, just like look at Dishonored, it didn't sell really well in the beginning, that or Prey, but those games actually, you know, they picked up sales, and then, you know, I don't know, it's a catch-22 because there's a lot of games that are more linear, especially like RPGs, like, you know, like we say Persona 5, that's a turn-based linear type of game. So
well, to me, linear automatically got to have multiplayer. You know what I mean?
Oh, well.
Like to me that helps it out a lot better. I mean, it depends on, or either it's gonna have multiplayer or you can cut down the price, man. Make that shit $30-$40.
I can see that. What about you, Mighty Moss, what do you think about what EA saying, the CFO saying that, look, linear games is not, it's the popularity, they're not selling that well anymore. People are going another direction.
Well, I know that everybody hates EA, the love child of Satan and hell, but he's right. It's a fact. Let me just drop something real quick on that. For the fiscal year 2017, even though PlayStation 4 had double the output of games sold, they only had 27% more profit. And in lieu of that, PlayStation 4 had changed their whole business. They're talking about changing their business model. Our boy, what's his name? Andrew House, he's kicking rocks on the beach somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He's gone. And they brought in this Kadiro-san dude. And they said in their publication, in their meeting, we also hear third-party sales of in-game items and content is very significant for Sony. On the first-party side, compared to other companies, the proportion for Sony in-game sales is still relatively low. So basically what they're telling you is, look, we're not making the money that we should be. I mean, we've got double the output, but we're not making the money. So these single-player linear games, we're going to give them to you somehow, but our focus is going to start shifting to the service-based games. You know what I'm saying? So even though it's coming from the devil,
I just remember. Go ahead.
It's the truth. It is the truth.
It sounded like you did a report on that. Like you wrote that yesterday.
Pull up my spreadsheet.
But I appreciate. No. I like it. I'm just saying you had the numbers down, and personally, I just need a variety. I just don't need a certain genre of games continuously coming up to try to get my pockets. I need a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? And just because one person say it is not no end all be all.
Yeah.
Because there's probably a company somewhere in the cut making that good ass game that goes against what he's saying. And let's just hope that we just have more variety of different types of games for people to play, and it's not always online multiplayer, and it's not always single player linear games. I just want the variety. That's all with me.
Right.
Yeah. Word. Sorry to interrupt, but shout out to my man Sicko 2 times for letting me trash him in NBA 2K 43-18.
Oh, damn.
Mercy. Good grief.
Damn, that's a college football scores.
Yeah, that's a beating. You took his ass to the outhouse and whooped his ass.
It should beat him to the white meat.
To the white meat show. Anyway,
so that all you gotta do is play a little defense. That's all it is. Defense.
Anyway, I need to get back on that 2K and try to get my skills up, man. Because I used to be really good at that game.
That's crazy. Because I'm still rusty though, bro.
I hope you're better at 2K than you are at Tekken.
Bullshit.
Damn.
Bullshit. You better stop lying.
Lockjaw on that joint. Yo.
Anyway, yeah. Go ahead. I'm gonna break your skull in. Let's get you. I don't know what to call you. I want to call you some dirty names, but I'm just gonna call you by your Prometheus. What do you think about the situation from the CFO, man? Is he on to something? Is it that people are more into open player games, or people still love linear?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, these developers don't give a shit what you into. They looking at cash. They're looking at what games are making money, and they see online microtransactions and DLC is where the money at. Single player, you play, you done.
Yep.
Horizon Zero Dawn, you play, you done.
Yep.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Anything don't got multiplayer don't have longevity, but that's been the story since day one. And now with all these microtransactions, EA is a cash cow. They're gonna go with the biggest buck. They don't care what you want. It could be a single player game. They're gonna hit you with all these costumes you gotta pay for just to keep money flowing. They don't care about none of that stuff, man.
Who's got a dog?
Me. It's my black and white pit bull. Shut up, dog. I'm talking. And he's mad friendly. He's not even a pit bull. He's like a pit terrier. He's a punk.
Red nose.
But it's just like they don't care. Don't ever think they care about you. You know what I'm saying? They're corporate cash cow. That's all EA is, man. And they're gonna go where the money's at. And multiplayer is always where the money at, because after you beat Call of Duty, nobody goes back and play Call of Duty single player 10 times over. The multiplayer is where the money at. Halo, you beat Halo. You didn't like Halo 5, but the multiplayer almost made $1 billion.
Yeah,
that's where the money. It's just the facts.
Yep.
So, Fortnite, they had a decent game. It's a fun game, but look what the Battle Royale did for that game.
Mm-hmm.
They added a free mode, copying off of PUBG, and look what it did for the game. Motherfuckers can't put it down. Nobody plays that single player zombie shit. Everybody online. True. That's what it's about.
Okay. All right. What about you, Infamous? Where you at on this?
I just said it, man.
Oh, did you? I'm losing touch. I'm over here reading the comments and stuff. And somebody went left, started talking about weapon wheel. Come on, man. We ain't worried about.
That's a whole nother
podcast.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what is that about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't even associate with anybody but Kid Smooth. That's the only person I deal with.
Who's a weapon wheel? I ain't never heard of him.
Oh, anyway, so what do you think?
Now, let's not be naive now. Let's just be respectful and cordial. Let's talk about GRG over here.
Yeah. This is we on a whole nother level with that, man. Let them brothers do their thing over there. What about you, 100?
Next question. Well, y'all just say I don't care what he man say.
Okay,
mess it up my day.
All right. All right, Delilah. Okay, what do you think about this?
Well, Take-Two defending like the
no, not Take-Two. That's the next one.
my bad.
The CFO.
Yeah. Talking about the multiplayer, single player. People don't. I mean, it's true. I mean, think about the single player games that we do play. They all are like open world now. Whether it's Assassin's Creed, whether it was Tomb Raider, Recore, exactly. Like everything's open world. So it's true. I mean, but at the same time, I think it shouldn't deter developers from making those type of games because the indie market is still making their bread and butter on single player linear games, and those games are still fun to play. So I think the market is gonna shift, and that's what we're gonna get. It's gonna be that a lot of the AAA games are gonna focus on like the Tomb Raiders and that style of play, and along with some sort of multiplayer component. And then you're gonna have the indie market shifting and focusing on, something like Hellblade with, a linear story with, decent production value. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I mean, I have nothing against what he said. I think it's fine whether I like it or not. So.
All right, cool.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. I think we already did. All right. Well, the next thing that you was talking about, so I'm gonna go straight to you, Delilah, since you already brought it up, and that was the president of Take-Two Games, people that the head of 2K Games, somebody that makes a very popular game that we all know and a lot of us appreciate. That's Grand Theft Auto 5. Shout out to Flip Money. That's all he plays. And man,
Take-Two don't make Grand Theft Auto. That's Rockstar.
Well, they publish it though.
They publish it though.
Take-Two is part of that developmental team.
Yeah, that's part of their team. So anyway, there you go.
I'm not know, man. I could be corrected.
Anyway, so let me go ahead and say what I gotta say. So anyway, so he defends. His name is Carl Slatoff. I'm butchering names. I'm just gonna call him Carl. President Carl of 2K Games. He said that. Look, loot boxes, he defends them. Basically, we don't view them as gambling. You know what I'm saying? We don't force gamers to do anything that they don't want to do. And we're trying to do our best to drive encouragement that creates value in our games. So basically, he's talking as a businessman that's saying, look, loot crates is a thing that's beneficial to gamers. And if some people would say that Grand Theft Auto 5 use a form of loot crates. Don't know how if you do or not, because I don't really play the multiplayer that much. But what do you guys think about that, Delilah? Where are you on this? I mean, is he on to something? Is he just over here just being a businessman and just saying, "Fuck it, we just want your money, just pay us"? Where is he at?
That's exactly what it is. He's just being a businessman. I mean, he just pretty much stating the facts. I mean, he said, okay, I disagree with him on one fact. I do think it is gambling to an extent. Mm-hmm. But that's my own personal viewpoint on it. But what he's saying is that, this is low key saying we're gonna put in our games, so yeah, it's not gambling. He's just trying to make sure that, look, this is what we're gonna do. It is what it is. That's what I took from this, and to me, that's all it was.
Okay. All right. What about you, Infamous? What do you think?
Well, it's like this, man. I agree with Delilah. He just trying to soften the blow so people can be eased on more to spend more money on loot boxes and things of that nature. I'm like, I'm an adult, and I'm like I said, I'll buy anything that make me look good in my game, but I won't buy anything that'll make me have a certain a certain advantage against my other player. So, fuck it, what he's saying, they paying him. He got money. He got monies in those loot boxes. Of course he's gonna say what of course he's gonna say that.
Okay.
Of course.
Right. So what do you think, Triple?
Yeah.
What about you, Triple Cup?
Yeah.
All right, what I think about it is, just simple logic. If the whole concept of gambling, because you got buku ways you could gamble. Now, all it is a bet that's not guaranteed, and it have something to do with money. So you could bet on pretty much anything. So if they don't think that's gambling, they must ain't looked into the simple definition of what gambling is.
Right. So is it when certain people that say, and I'm not going after Fonz, I'm just going after just people that's just saying this in general, that loot crates are gambling. There was something that Jazzy just said in the chat. He said it also depends on how boxes are used and implemented. So is it that just people are just crying because they hear the word loot boxes and they think it's all about gambling, or is it that people just really need to pay more attention to what, just like for instance what EA tried to pull, and pay attention to those things and not get all carried away by the word loot boxes and get more carried away about the policy of what they were trying to do or try to get away with?
Mega, it's not gambling. It's not gambling. Know how it's not gambling? It's not rocket science. When you go get a scratcher, when you go play the daily 3, when you go play mega the mega something in your state, you're not guaranteed shit back. When you buy a loot crate,
that's the same thing on loot crate. Like you don't know what's going to come in after you pay the money.
Get something.
You're getting something. If you know if I'm getting a silver crate, I know I'm getting a silver item. If I get a gold and I get a platinum, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting something in return back. You're not getting nothing in return. When you pull a slot machine, you're not guaranteed to get shit back.
Yep.
So that's not gambling. That's a way of hustling you.
All right. What about you, Moss? Where you at on this?
Yeah, I'm with 100 on that. I'm with him on that because the definition of gambling, as far as like casinos and stuff like that, where the government is trying to regulate this, and that's another thing. I'm gonna get to that real quick, but you're not guaranteed anything when you go pull a slot machine. You know what I'm saying? You're not guaranteed anything when you go, bet on the horses or all the other stuff. Okay. But the fact of the matter is, you're getting a silver type of item. You're guaranteed something. It may not be the biggest thing that you want, but you're getting something. My problem with this whole fuss about loot crates is I agree that EA should have had their hands slapped when they tried to come heavy-handed with the stuff. But my thing is that with the amount of complaining that happened, now you done got the government involved, where Hawaii's having press conferences. And believe you me, they're not going to get rid of loot crates. All the government is going to do is find a way to monetize and tax it and put it back in the game. Yep. And then because it's going to be considered risky, they're just going to raise the price of games for everybody. And we all lose. So I think this relates back to what we were saying before about being careful about what you complain about. Decisions have consequences. I just wish sometimes as gamers, we don't sit there and just go too far to the other side of the pendulum. Think about what you're going to do, what the consequences is going to be. So,
yeah, but hey, but all or nothing don't mean, just because it's not all or nothing, that don't mean it's not gambling. It don't have to be all or nothing to be considered gambling. So if you just
not okay,
you still gambling anytime you're taking a risk to get something.
But gambling, you don't get nothing back. When I get on my knees and I get on the crap, I'm playing craps. I'm not guaranteed nothing.
You got different types of ways of gambling. You don't have to always gamble all or nothing.
I'm not going front and be like I'm the expert on the gambling term, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that we need to research. But if it was clear-cut gambling, I think you would have a lot more states jumping on this because they love to just start on gaming. You know what I'm saying? They want to start
clear-cut. It's not clear-cut.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's not clear-cut at all. It's
clear-cut.
Yeah, because anybody, because you can. I mean, to me, it's kind of like the sexual charges, or to me. Well, I look at it in the same type of way. Like, look, you know what's bad, and and we all know what's bad and what's wrong, but there are certain people that try to take advantage of it and make something bigger than what it actually is.
But see, what about the kids' implication of it, though? Like you're exposing, like, if, let's say kids are really into loot crates or whatnot, you're exposing kids to a gambling mentality. Like, I've heard that argument as well. So,
but how does the gambling mentality? Because I buy my son short cards. But that go buy stuff, he ain't guaranteed nothing.
But this
like when you go pick up them anime cards or whatever, you don't know what you're getting in that pack. Is that game?
Yeah. What about you go get a baseball pack? You don't know what's in that pack.
How about you go to GameStop and pick up one of those little boxes with the pops in it, and you got random pops in there. You don't know what you're getting. That's gambling.
How about you be a parent and teach your kid and monitor your child?
I'm just
better than no, Delight. I'm not getting on. I'm not. This is not a right or wrong answer. I'm not getting on to you.
Y'all stabbing the messenger right now.
No. We was about to preach. We was about to get on the pulpit. But no, the thing of it is, to me,
I'm like,
no, it's just, to me, it's that, look, when people say that, it's, to me, it's like, look, then I think maybe you need to monitor your children a little bit better. If you can't, it's you know, the power's in your console or in your PC to where you can change your settings to where you can have your kids not access your credit card information or things of that nature. So, or to play games that are too that are
mature.
Too mature. So the thing of it to me is that, look, it comes down to how the responsibility of that individual, and is the one thing that I got ripped for, but it's the truth. If a person wants to spend their money, it's their money that they worked for, or however they got it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, it's their money, and I'm not here to tell anybody what they should do with their money.
Only thing I don't like about loot boxes, which was in Star Wars Battlefront 2, is buy a weapon that's powered over something else. That's like purchasing the win.
Yeah, that's pay to win. I ain't down with pay to win.
Yeah, I'm not down with pay to win.
No, pay to win is wrong.
You see, remember on the 360 days, that's why we got so many indies, because these major companies wasn't giving developers no bread. So the developers made the microtransactions to supplement their salaries. That's how it started. So now when you say you love Halo, say you love Gears, say you love Uncharted 4. Those are the 3 games that I made those purchases for loot crates because I support the developer. You can't be mad because they support the developer and I'm getting outfits, I'm getting characters, but that's by choice. Now, pay to win is something else. I don't agree with no pay to win. But if a developer give you an option to buy stuff and make your character look different than everybody else's, and it helps them, and you love that game, that should be an option. That's not gambling.
Well, can I add to that 108? Like, because even little minor boost to characters is all right. Like, for instance, Mass Effect 3, okay? I know people get tired of me bringing this up, but Mass Effect 3's multiplayer gave you a little boost to your gun and all the other stuff, and boost to your character. But if your skills wasn't up to par, it don't matter how much.
Right, exactly.
You was getting slaughtered.
But it's not gambling.
Exactly.
People are, why are you mad because I'm spending my money? Like, I bought the first time in Halo, I bought the $99.99 pack. They gave you whatever they gave you, right? All the gold packs or whatever. I was just hyped to see new outfits come, new helmets, and that's what I paid for. Why are you mad? Why do you care what I'm doing?
Can I ask this question?
Yes.
What if they go off of with 343 done? You know, I spent about
that's the perfect
40.
motto.
I spent 40. I gave 40, but I was getting custom armor and stuff like that. That not But would it be better if the developer come out and say, hey, you know what, we're using this money for this? Like Halo 343 saying, hey, we're going to put it in our tournaments.
Right?
Huh? I said, yeah. Now, what if another developer takes that model? Because 343 say, hey, you know what, part of this money, we're putting it in the prize pool.
Remember, Halo went from a 1 million pot to 2 million because all the purchases in Halo.
Right.
And they said this is a limited thing. Yeah, I don't mind that.
I see people
it's giving you a choice. You ain't getting no perks.
Teaching kids how to gamble. No, the fuck you're not. Where do you get that from?
Well, anyway, we're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? I just got my. I just got a picture from Infamous with a switchblade into somebody's belly, and she said we're gonna have to hurry up and wrap this up, Jack. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna skip the whole Seata Nadella, you know what I'm saying? The head, the seat, the
Sachi. You butchering the shit out of these names.
That's not a name like Bill.
I call him Sasa.
Brian, or you know what I'm saying? You know how can we you know what I'm saying? All these crazy ass names. I mean, you can have my name or Lemon's name. I can rock that. Jeez.
Why you got to mention my name when it comes down to a switchblade? I don't want to mess with these women. They're vicious.
Hey, man, they are vicious.
Got nothing to do with this.
You better learn quick.
I learned already. That other light skin guy.
Vicious. See, but you got to watch out. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Infamous is direct. Delilah is sneaky. And then, like, if Luca's in here, or if, like, when Luca and Miss K was in here, it was devastating. I had to just shut my mouth on certain occasions. But anyway, let's get to the last topic, man, and then before we get out of here, we'll talk about the whole thing next week about Microsoft and the money and the interest in the things that they want to do with the Xbox brand, which is really positive actually. And but Demon Souls. Anybody play Demon Souls on the PS3?
Hell no, play that shit.
Me either.
Next.
That shit hard for no reason.
We might have to do Satya.
Come on, man. This is a sad situation right here, man.
I gave that shit 30 seconds of attention, and that's
all. Okay. Well,
how about we hit them outros?
Well, no, hold on, man. Let me get. Look, Demon Souls needs its respect, too, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me just say this. Demon Souls will go offline February 28th, 2018.
Demon Souls so old, man. It's about time.
I know, but it's online. Oh, come on, guys.
Round of applause.
Oh, y'all are filthy. Y'all are messy, man. Listen to this. Anyway, anyway, so the online service has been running for 9 years, and the co-op and the competitive multiplayer that show players deaths and wandering illusions, you know what I'm saying, this old boss battle where they can summon a player to do the co-op thing or whatever. It's done. They're going to shut it down in February. And so I was just asking anybody, had they played Demon Souls? Were they thinking that maybe Demon Souls could be remastered for the PlayStation 4? You know, I was trying to, you know, show some love to a beloved classic. I mean, that's actually a really long time for PlayStation to hold on to the servers that long. Really,
I think it'd be good if they modernized it and brought in just, you know, revamped the system, made it for PlayStation. That'd be dope. I mean, but it's old now. Shut it down. I mean, it's, you know, apply that same model to a modern game.
I'm about to remaster me too, because all these remasters is retarded. Right. Don't remaster nothing else. Make new games, man. Forget that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Did anybody buy anything because everybody don't give a damn about Demon Souls? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Anybody that cares about Demon Souls, I feel you. I'm in support of you. I thought this was something that people could talk about and just share a moment. You know what I'm saying? Pour out. You know.
You share your moment.
Everybody that played Demon Souls 9 years ago, they all could vote today. They grown people. They don't care.
Okay, all right. So, did anybody buy any games on Black Friday? What was, you know what I'm saying? What did y'all get?
Yeah.
That's the last thing, and then we're about to get out of here.
Everything.
Okay, what's everything?
All of the shit.
Everything.
Best thing.
I bought my daughter Sims 4.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I got 11 games and a 3 terabyte hard drive, $165. Man, we killed it on Black Friday.
Oh,
Bro,
that's nice.
you're gonna need a bigger hard drive for that because I got a 5 and I'm already at like 300.
I got an 8.
320.
Game up.
I gotta get an 8, man.
8 or nothing.
Hey, I'm taking donations.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Taking donations.
But on the real for real,
Never thought I saw the day.
Yeah, we taking donations here. You know what I'm saying? If you want to help us out, Christmas is coming up. You can go ahead and hook us up.
We gotta rewind that.
I was gonna fill up a 5 terabyte that quick.
Yeah.
I'm down at 90%. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'm at 90. I'm at 92% right now.
I'm at 90 and
I got 340 terabytes left. I mean 340 gigabytes left.
We got another East Coast saying that went over your head. Somebody said on the for real, for real.
Oh yeah.
I say that all the time.
Delilah.
That's me all day.
All right, so okay, that's cool. So let's go ahead and do our shout outs. Man, it was a good show. Nobody got the ejecto seat button. You know what I'm saying?
Ejecto seat, blood. That's how you stay on the show all day. You see that? No, I'm just
that's just saying, man. That's so stupid. Man, shout out to the Xbox Live chat last night, man. It was Garrett, Lemon, 100.
That was crazy.
Flip, Live. Who else was in there, man? Bam, Post Up, Bam, Def Jam Bam, man, Nelson, man, it was stupid, man, and 100 sit there and left quickly like he was about to do something, like he was about to get that pants off, dance off, no line.
Hey, that G14 classified. You put my business out.
He said G14 classified.
Shout out to my man's King's Blood for having that surgery on both his camel toes.
Anyway, man, we about to do the shout outs, man. You know it gets wild, but we about to get out of here. So let's go to our special guest, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. I've been wanting to get at you for a while, but I didn't even know that you wasn't that I was following you until I just said, oh, I seen you popped up something. So anyway, man, happy to have you on. Mighty Moss, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you hang with them broads, but you know what I'm saying, you still cool with me. Where can they find you at, man?
Hey, I appreciate being on the show, man. I had a lot of fun tonight, man. I'm glad. I even lied to my boss and said I had a family emergency so I could go and do the show.
Nice.
So, but I'll pay for it on Monday. But no, you can find me rocking with my broadband bullies. You know what I'm saying? We doing it live, you know. And
shirts or blouses.
Hey, that's what Derek Triple B. That's
Get down with Triple B. And yo, and definitely, check out my YouTube channel. I drop a segment called The Medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We go over the gaming news, we go over the numbers, all that stuff, man. So come and get your scripts. You know what I'm saying? Check it out on YouTube. 5 days a week, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Check this dude out. Very talented brother, man, and you need to check out his channel. Just like, man, this next dude I'm finna go give a shout out to. He's a bum, but man, you know what I'm saying? He's all right with me, man. And that's Lemetheus. That's the man with the facts. So what's up, man? 108 Dragons, man. Where can they find you at, man? Thank you for being on the show yet again, brother.
Yeah, tell you to fix that intro, man.
108 Dragons TV, man. You already know my channel's about the gamers. I try to keep it as official as tissue for everybody and try to educate people. Oh, whoa. I just try to bring things down and outside of video gaming, I talk about many tech situations. And headphones and cameras and but gaming is the channel, and hit me up. I'm here. Like and subscribe. I'm out here.
Did you give a shout out to your channel and stuff like that?
Yeah, 108 Dragons TV, baby. They already know what it is. They see it in them chats, baby. I'm out here.
All right. And did you say that you was down with them? You was down with them broads?
Socks and shorts in the winter time. You know how New York dudes do.
Yeah, ain't wearing no socks with sandals. Oh, anyway, let's
coming with the dude with the seasoned monkey palms. We not doing that, son. Dragging your knuckles on the floor.
You goddamn right, man. These knuckles is made for beating. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he's that white ape. Caesar, he jumped me. He jumped me.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Wilding out. All right, man. Well, let's go to the ladies, man. Lady Infamous, thank you for sticking around, man. I know that picture of that person with a switchblade stabbing somebody in the gut, man, scared the hell out of me. But thank you.
Sometimes I gotta
man,
scare
where can
you,
they find you
Mega,
out?
to let you know I'm serious.
Yes.
So,
yes. So
but
where can they find you?
I like to think. Well, everything, all things Lady Infamous, you can go check me out on my Twitter, Lady_Infamous30. I want to give a shout out to our guests, Lemon and Mighty Most. Thank you for your opinions and insight on gaming. I appreciate it. It's knowledgeable. And I'd like to give a shout out to everyone on the chat. Even though we had a little technical difficulties in the beginning, you guys stick with us.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Chat who stuck around, even though we have our technical difficulties, our ups and downs. Y'all still sticking with us, and we appreciate that. We're gonna have Grown Women Gaming Night number 29 just a little bit after the show, and you're gonna see me late night playing poker, beating the shit out of 100 and taking all his chips.
What?
No, that's gambling.
I need my money back. That's another story.
I'm
He break me for about 1.5 million last Friday night, and I don't appreciate that. Pay back some money.
All right.
Baby, glad
you guys
y'all
have a wonderful evening, y'all.
Yes.
Been a team.
Man, come on. Anyway, so thank you, Infamous, and appreciate that as always. Delilah HD.
Sure. Fantastic outro, Lady Infamous. Definitely shout out Roman Gaming. I always appreciate doing these on Friday. I'm coming over a cold, so it was really good to kind of just, get back in the swing of things. And great show. And you guys know you can catch me on Twitter, Delilah_HD. And that's it.
All right, cool. When am I gonna get on WG?
When Jesus come back.
You ask this every week.
Because I don't get no answer. I gotta get something.
When you cut off your balls.
Good thing.
Oh, damn.
Wait a minute. Who was that? That wasn't you, Delilah. You didn't say that, did
It
you?
was Delilah HD.
Was that Delilah that said that? Hell no. Was that her?
Y'all bad influence in her life.
Man, y'all are bad. Man, when I first met her, I was like, hey, how you doing? Hi. I said, I said, hey, man, I want you to be a part of this podcast I'm doing. Well, I heard bad things about you, KMEGA. I said, what are you talking about, bad things?
Hey, KMEGA,
I heard you was a fan.
From the South, bro.
I said, I'm not. I got some candy. You want to come? Okay.
Oh, damn. You was out there like it.
Lotto, can you tell it, man?
KMEGA is Hubert the pervert.
I got
a whole lot of popsicles in my basement. Gotta watch that motherfucker.
Dangerous.
Oh my goodness.
Man, we moving on to Triple Cup. Chuck, and you up? Are you still up?
Man, yeah, I'm in here. You can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. Oh, but on Wednesdays you can find me on my channel doing a Vibration podcast. We talk about Marvel, DC, comic books, anime, all the stuff that you can
enough of your self-promotion, bastard. Do that on your own time. I'm just playing. Go ahead, man.
I gotta get it in.
Go ahead, do it again, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And we just talk about, video games and comic books, it just be casual conversation, pretty much like how it is here. Good people, it's in everybody in the community. Shout out, because it wouldn't be none of us without the people in the community. So we all hold each other down. And then, it's a good thing to just be a part of something like this here. It's just like a movement that nobody ever seen coming. That's gonna be something that's gonna change the whole world, not just the industry, the world of the way people think.
He was Master P. I told you.
Yeah.
You always gotta mention something about Master P and No Limit Soldiers and stereotypes.
All right, man. Before we go to Donald Trump, man, we're gonna go straight up to 100. You know what I'm saying? My boy from Intro Media Gaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm still the vice president, right?
Yeah, you still the vice president. That's the only reason I let you live sometime. Gotta listen to you.
Don't make me take a flight. Now, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me take a goddamn flight. You know what I'm saying? Come
I need
on,
somebody there when I come. No, man, y'all catch me anywhere, man. You know, I might be on multiplayer one week. I might be doing this DirectX tomorrow. I don't know what time though.
I gotta get some of the rest of those brothers on, man. I gotta holler at my boy Ghost.
Yeah. So wait, 100. You guys don't have a set time yet for?
I don't have a set time because it's okay. I said they wrong. It's on. We on arrival. Just sometimes people just go this way, that way. You know, they got lives and it's Saturday.
Worse than KMEGA time, boy. Like,
wait a minute. Come on.
I'm just saying.
No, because you want to bring everybody. I don't want to be on there with like 3 of us. And then sometimes I do this. I'll go in the community and I go find somebody that I'm cool with, and I'll start to show something like that. I might start doing that
tomorrow. Tomorrow
afternoon. I can't tell you the time because.
Man, do you want me to help organize the DirectX, man? Y'all do it bad right now, man.
I'll put it this way. Somebody might say this. Oh, yeah. Then somebody go in the chat.
Man, I'll go in the chat. I'll start setting up, man.
Somebody go.
Man, you can't
say, oh, man, give me an hour.
I don't know what time y'all doing.
Hey, it's on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be recorded. You can come see it on the channel.
I'm gonna holler at my boys, man. I'm gonna holler at J Long and them, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, J Long is a young man. He's getting at these young girls.
Man, that's good. You know what I'm saying? Well, the most I can go Ghost Rider. You know what I'm saying?
Ghost. Call of Duty got Ghost. Call of Duty into Ghost.
Okay, well, what about Ebot? What about Ebot?
E-Rock took a leave of absence.
Oh, I saw that video. I gotta look at that video. Why are you taking a leave of absence?
We don't know. I gotta ask.
Okay, I know. This is a conversation we gotta talk about on Xbox. I know. I'm saying my boy. You know what I'm saying? My boy. Yo. It's the Xbox. That's my boy.
He gonna be on here.
Be clowning us.
Kaleidoscope.
Be clowning the hell out of Wolf. My God. Anyway, so
clowning out existence.
It's good, man. So anyway, man, we gonna go ahead, man, and since we'll try to set something up for DirectX, man, because you're unorganized ass.
I'm doing everything else. I'm promoting, paying the bills, and doing all that. Can I get a break? You must be vice president. Do something.
Hey, let me ask you one question. Good question.
Dudes just be light skinned.
What time is the show?
Saturday. It's Saturday. Saturdays.
What time?
Morning cartoon.
What time?
Afternoon.
Saturday morning. What time?
Probably Saturday afternoon. See, it's easy.
The next podcast is on Saturday afternoons, man. Well, Saturday evenings.
Usually I try to do it before y'all or after y'all. So it either before them two, either before you guys or after you guys. I don't do it head up.
God.
Don't make no sense.
And yes, Cedric, I did see Kid Buu on the Dragon Ball Z Fighters. That was really dope. But we got to go ahead and get to the last person. And that is our Donald Trump, man, and Livewire.
What up?
Man, where can they find you at, man?
Check out my channel, man. Be putting out gameplay. This nigga is stupid. I put out my gameplay nowadays since it's so easy to do with the X. So I usually put a whole bunch of shit up there. And every once in a while I rant about whatever the fuck I'm talking about, random gaming topics. And in the future, check out look out for that dolphin play. We're gonna get it real. We're gonna get it real fishy. Some dolphin play. We're gonna work some things out. You know what I mean? I'm making my way to SeaWorld. You know, go hang out with the fam. You know what I mean?
Right. We got you. You know, that's people's favorite thing on GRG, man. They love that noise.
And damn dolphin.
Yeah. Anyway, so, well, man, thank you guys so much for rocking out with us. You know what? I'm wide awake. Normally, I'm like, man, I'm finna hop on the chat, and then my ass go in there and start talking to my old lady, and then my ass is night tall will help you get your Z's. You know what I'm saying? But I'm wide awake. I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be gaming tonight, so it's all good. And man, thank you guys for rocking out with us, man. All day. He'll be coming back whenever he does. You know what I'm saying? He said that he
jet, cuz.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm done. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That shit was funny though.
So anyway, so he'll be back.
Like go Gadget, get the fuck out of here.
Stop. Y'all making this too messy anyway. Anyway, if Fonzie really will be back when he gets a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to tuck all them babies in, man. That he's gonna probably take all next till next week. And Lady Infamous, did you help all day with his minstrel?
Man, don't put me in that shit.
Did you tell him the right product to take? Okay, because I don't know, man. He said he was hurt pretty bad. He's cramping. So I just wanted to make sure that he was all right, man.
I just told him to take what you take. How about that?
Oh, listen to that.
Ooh.
That was cold.
KMEGA's on enemas.
Yeah, I'm on that manhood. Anyway, anyway, we out, man. Thank you guys for rocking out with us, man. You know it's Friday night. If you ain't gaming, then you better be doing that pants off, dance off. We are out. Peace.
Peace.
Things going to the Super Bowl.